So first and foremost, I think it's trust. So it's somebody that you feel you can trust with your brand, somebody that you trust to give you realistic expectations and to work with you collaboratively to build a strategy that can work, because anybody can pick up the phone. I would say, outsource sales or telemarketing or lead generation or inside sales, whatever you want to call it, it's low point of entry. I can buy a phone, buy a laptop, get some numbers and phone them, and I'm a telemarketing company, I'm an outsourced sales provider. So I think that process of knowing that it's somebody that you can trust, that can have some strategic input, that is going to give you, as I say, realistic expectations and honesty in terms of the learnings through the process, the things that are not right and the things that are right that we can learn from together, is critical. I'd certainly be looking at the people making the calls rather than the person who's selling you a campaign. So for us, it's always about, can we get a potential client down to meet our team, come and see the office, see the operation, see how the guys work, because then you get a first-hand experience of it, and nothing comes as a surprise when you start working with us, rather than not realising things and then later going, oh, I didn't realise it was like that, and that might be disappointing. I guess it might be a good thing as well, but going into it with your eyes open is critical. And I guess somebody who's there to be the expert and to guide you to a certain extent. So we want to work with our clients and take their feedback on how their market works and how they work and what has worked in the past and what hasn't. But if, as an outsourced sales provider, we're not giving advice and we're not helping our clients to avoid mistakes that we've seen before, then we're not doing our jobs. So we need to be the experts and we need to be guiding people through what they're likely to see happen throughout the duration of their time working with us.
I think the other thing to add to that is a company or person who understands your business and can articulate what it is that you do as well as you can, because if they can do that, if the company can do that, they will be able to deliver your sales message to your prospects. The other thing is realistic numbers. If you talk to somebody and they're promising you the world and it sounds too good to be true, as in all things, it probably is. Listen for the people who are actually a little bit more cautious and a lot less gung-ho, because they're probably more realistic. So if I was talking to 2 or 3 suppliers, I wouldn't be going for the one who's promising me the world, because I can guarantee I'm not going to get exactly what I expect to get. I'd be looking for somebody who understands my business, who is thoughtful about how this is going to work and can construct a program for me that makes sense.
There's also something that you shouldn't buy on, or a few things that you shouldn't buy on, which is price and pricing structure. So there are several different pricing structures: cost per lead, hourly rate, commission only, all these sorts of things that you'll get pitched and talked about, and agencies will pitch one being better than the other. The reality is, actually, the pricing model doesn't make a difference. If it's delivered poorly by poor salespeople with a poor strategy, the pricing model will be wrong for you. If it's delivered well with the right people, with the right strategy, the pricing model will be right for you. So I think people go into it with the perception that I have to buy from a commission only, or I want an hourly rate, or I want a cost per lead or per appointment, or I want cheap, or I want this, or I want that, and actually look through those things and look at the actual service that's being delivered and the likelihood of success. Because paying a bit more to get a return versus paying less to make a loss, I know what I do. So I think, like anything, the cheapest always isn't always best.